Street Dogs, who's a big Boston Bruins fan. First question, tell me what you think about the Bruins this season defending the cup.
Well, I think at the outset of the season, they came out and they didn't anticipate just how badly other teams would want to play them hard and defeat them because they're the defending Stanley Cup champs. It's like the first time that the team has won the Stanley Cup since '72. So I think that caught them by surprise. But I think it was probably about 11 games in when they played the Islanders that they turned things around. They went on a 10-game winning streak. Yesterday they lost in a shootout to Detroit. Tonight they beat Winnipeg 4-2.
And you guys usually come through the South a lot on tour. How do you think hockey's grown in the South since the 80s and 90s?
I think with the advent of the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then you see other expansion teams coming about as well, that it's doing well now. It had growing pains initially, and some of those expansion franchises, people didn't know whether they would last or not, particularly owners and fans. But I think it's made progress in the South, and it's viable here, and it's starting to make money as well.
Another hot topic, hockey related, is in 2014, the next Olympics. The owners, and Gary Bettman are fighting over whether or not to send players, NHL players to the Olympics. What's your thoughts about that?
I think players should be allowed to play. I think players should have free will in that respect. They should be capable of making their own personal decision whether they want to play for their respective countries and play in the Olympics or not.
You guys played recently at Fenway Park in Boston.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to play at TD Garden sometime? Or?
I think that we would love to play at TD Garden if the opportunity presented itself to support a bigger act, like say for instance like a fraternal act that we share history with, like Dropkick Murphys. Maybe a Sham Rock and Roll Festival down the line could take place inside TD Bank North.
That's cool. Would you want to play before Bruins game?
That would be ideal, because not only would we get to play a show, but I get to see a game and get comp tickets and probably get a picture of us playing live inside the TD Bank North Garden under 6 Stanley Cup championship banners and another 16 Boston Celtics championship banners.
Who's your favorite player as a kid?
My favorite hockey player as a kid would have to have been Terry O'Reilly. Cam Neely was also another favorite. Jerry Chivas was a great goaltender. Stan Johnson was a great hockey player. I like the bruisers and the hard workers and the Winchfield gang, the Duncan Chase guys, the guys who could play both ends of the ice, the defensive end, the offensive end, guys who could scrap. And Cam Neely was the prototype really, and more recently today, guys like Milan Lucic are picking up the slack and becoming those guys that are capable of displaying offensive skill, good defensive skill, and also banging people out when it's necessary.
Gotta defend that title.
I was going to ask, who's your favorite player, non-Bruins players too?
Non-Bruins player, I'd have to say Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby is an amazing hockey player for Pittsburgh. I would have to say Jaromir Jagr is pretty good for Philadelphia.
Mike Madonna.
Also Pavel Datsyuk for Detroit is amazing. And then their goaltender Jimmy Howard, he's pretty impressive too. I've been watching him over the last couple of years, and he's coming along good. You could see that in the Bruins-Detroit game yesterday.
Did you ever play growing up?
I did. I never played organized. It's Marcus. He's a Dallas Stars fan. I did play like street hockey, floor hockey, and then some pickup ice hockey growing up in Boston. But I never played any organized leagues.
Did you ever think about getting like punk rock hockey game going? Because Greg Hetson from Bad Religion plays. I think the guys from Sum 41 play. Who else plays? Chris from Anti-Flag plays.
That'd be great if there could be some type of punk rock hockey tournament. I'm sure the guys at Dropkick Murphys would be up to that too. Ken Casey plays. And yeah, if that could be like worked out and negotiated where there could be some huge punk rock hockey game, I'd love to be a part of it. I like to play net.
That'd be cool.
I like playing goaltender.
Nice. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Punk rock hockey game. Let's make that happen.
All right, cool. And anything you have to say to the hockey fans in Houston?
I'd say keep fighting for an NHL franchise to come to your city and petition and protest against any one obstacle that might be in your way.
All right, Mike, thanks.
All right, thank you, Mike.